Hey, this is Troy Taylor with Totem Pole Nation, the Life Lessons Podcast. Coach Taylor here with Coach Lambo. Coach Lambo looks like he stepped it up. Now he's on to jogging, not just walking. When did you start jogging, Coach Lambo?
Today.
So walking won't doing it. Walking won't cutting anymore. You had to step up. You had to raise up. You had to level up. You had to start jogging.
Yep.
So today's episode is known as Mass Appeal. And it made me think of this song by Gangstar. People be selling their soul looking for mass appeal. What does that mean to you, Lambo, that people want mass appeal?
That means they want to sell their soul to the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be a part of that Illuminati. It's not good for you. The Illuminati is trouble. You got to suck somebody off to be famous. That's not me.
Well, you broke up a little bit there, Coach Lambo, but thank you for sharing that with us. Now, on to sports. Update us on what occurred in the NBA playoffs.
Well, I won a $100 bet from a coworker of mine in New Jersey because he thought the Clippers was going to beat the Mavericks. And I said, Mavericks in 7, they won in 6 because Kyrie is 13-0 in closeout games. And then also, you had the Cleveland Cavaliers win Game 7 against the Orlando Magic. So the Cleveland Cavaliers will play the Boston Celtics on Tuesday. You also had the Minnesota Timberwolves on Saturday night. Anthony Edwards dropped 40. And surprisingly, Minnesota wins Game 1 on the road without their coach. So that's what's going on in the NBA. So the first round is about ended. You got the Pacers advance and beat the Bucks in 6. They advanced to play the New York Knicks. And the New York Knicks are a very, very scary team to watch out for. So we got round 2 of the NBA starting tonight. So it'll be interesting to watch.
And the Timberwolves are already up a game, right, on the Nuggets?
Yeah, they up 1-0.
Money Moves Sports Betting. What's up, brother? Morning, guys. Hope y'all have a great day. We're going to have a great day. We're blessed. Mass appeal. Last night, Totem Pole Nation was in negotiations to be the sole provider of coverage of Baby Gronk. And I don't know if Lambo's ever met Baby Gronk's dad, but I love Baby Gronk's dad because he has a plan and he is playing the game. He is playing the system. And he branded his son as Baby Gronk. How do you feel about Baby Gronk being a Patriots fan?
Well, he understands what it feels like to have success and winning, right? Because you want to be a part of the team that wins. You don't want to be part of a loser nation like the Cleveland Browns that hadn't won a Super Bowl in a while, the Minnesota Vikings who never won a Super Bowl in a while. There's 4 teams in the NFL that probably never reached a Super Bowl. When it comes to the Patriots, and that Tom Brady roast last night on Netflix was a great commentary, great session. Him, Kevin Hart, even Bill Belichick was roasting them. So the roast session was great, but he understands winning. All the Patriots do is win. Now, despite not making the playoffs or winning any rings without Tom Brady, the Patriots still have a path to be the next dynasty. Whatever we do this year with Jacoby Brissett, or Drake may, we will make the playoffs this year. We will. The New England Patriots in the 2024 season, with the schedule release coming out on Wednesday, May 8th, we will make the Super Bowl. Excuse me, the playoffs.
Brandon,
That's Super Bowl.
Brandon Toms, member of Totem Pole Nation, says, "Morning, fellas. Big time test today determines my future." Well, Brandon, your future has already been determined. If you pass the test, you will know enough. And whatever is in your future will happen. Now, Lambo, I'm not sure if you watched Netflix last night. I watched the Cat Williams special, Woke Folk,
Yep.
and then we started watching Tom Brady, the greatest roast of all time. How did that feel? Did you watch Tom Brady's roast? And
Oh,
if
well,
so, what did you think of it?
well, Coach Taylor, I don't know if you could listen. You got bad ears for listening. I was just talking about that. It was the greatest of all time. It means I watched it. That doesn't mean I just sat there and say what I say. I do my research. Number one, I know you're old, so it's hard to comprehend it very early in the morning because you drink too much coffee and not enough water.
I
Um,
need more coffee.
well, no, you don't, because then it's not coffee's not good for you because you're gonna get fatter. But at the end of the day, I did watch the Tom Brady roast, and I watched the Cat Williams woke folk. I think it's great. Cat Williams speaks the truth. When it comes to that comedy session, Cat Williams is the real deal. We have to give some praise. You can be whoever you want to be in 2024. If you an ugly motherfucker, you can go ahead and go to the doctor and be a good looking dude. But I mean, it's a lot of things that I can't say on what he said because I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get cancel culture, but we have to learn how to tell the truth and not lie to people. So I think when it comes down to Cat Williams, I think he has a great message for the world. It is the best time right now to be in America, even though even you could be traveling somewhere, it's still Miss America. So it's a great time to be an American citizen, no matter what, because you have a lot of things in the world that you can advance with as far as technology. And there's no way that you shouldn't be successful in America with all this technology and stuff going around America. So I think the Cat Williams session was great. He will keep putting out uh, more bangers, and he exposed because 2024, Diddy's getting exposed, everybody else getting exposed. There's gonna be more people later this year that get exposed. The Tom Brady roast was very great. I love the Tom Brady roast. Perfectly set up, especially when you got Kevin Hart. I forgot what the bald headed guy name is, but he crossed the line with the whole Robert Kraft and the massage thing. He went too far. I thought he went too far when he said I wanted to fuck his sister, but I'm surprised he didn't get angry about that. Um, but Tom Brady, when he said don't say that shit again, I think he did it in a professional manner. Unlike Will Smith, who slapped Chris Rock and said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." So I like the way that Tom Brady handled this like that. I'm just surprised that he let that slide. Was saying, with some commentator, I forgot his name, the bald headed dude that looks like a cancer patient, and he used to be fat. They couldn't see his balls, but said that I wanted to fuck his sister. But that's kind of wild. But all the roast sessions were great. Even Bill Belichick was cracking jokes. So it was a great roast session. But at the end, Tom Brady hit the dagger.
What happened at the end?
Well, Tom Brady roasted everybody. He roasted everybody. He walked out and said peace.
Oh, he did. Well, I got to finish watching it. What you think about Kendrick Lamar and Drake's beef? What's the? I mean,
Drake won. Drake won. Drake released the part 6 last night. Drake won. Drake won. I mean, I thought the last disc could probably be a little bit more disrespectful. But Drake won because it's hard to beat Drake, man. I mean, Drake is one of the greatest MCs as of right now. He sells records. Drake always has bangers. It's hard to beat Drake. That's like beefing against Eminem. You ain't gonna win against Eminem. So Drake won that. Kendrick has some good stuff. It got real personal between the both of them. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's petty. But from a rap game standpoint, and from the game of hip hop, they're making hit records and it's selling records that everybody's paying attention, listening to this, so they're making their money. So I'm not gonna tell two grown people what to do. But at the end of the day, I think they could both maybe sell the differences. I don't know. But I think J. Cole messed this up by releasing an album that dissed him, that took the 7 minute drill off of all platforms, which was stupid, and then he apologized. That's just not how you do in the rap game. You have to sit there and you have to be disrespectful. So I think J. Cole kind of ruined all that by taking it back. And now Kendrick Lamar and Drake are firing shots back. But I think Drake won this one.
Drake won this one. Well, I don't know how you win it, but one of the ways to win it is with truth. And obviously, I guess that's what I'm saying. Obviously, obviously, the man from Seattle is here. And I'm obviously using the word obviously. Where is it so dark? You're at your house?
Wait, I'm trying to find Seattle. Okay.
What's the plans for today? Man from Seattle.
Nothing. No plan yet.
So have you gone anywhere yet?
I haven't gone anywhere. Actually, I went to Walmart.
How was Walmart this morning?
It's quiet.
That's when I like
Very
to go.
quiet. Very quiet. And then I'm thinking it's already started. I might have to put my nephew on the bus. We'll see.
Got your nephew on the bus. So Lambo, where do you stand on the Frank Tank on an AB walk?
Well, Frank the Tank it's just gonna be, he's just fat and I don't know if he has any disability or health issues, but he's gonna die sooner or later. He's just so fat that he can't even see his own balls. I mean, I don't know how the hell you walk and put all that weight on yourself. I mean, it's just embarrassing. I mean, he needs to join Weight Watchers or something. He's just ugly and fat. I don't think he gets laid at all. Um, but Frank the Tank, we don't like him. I don't like him. Um, Especially the shots he pulled out at me. I don't like that guy. I mean, he can go die in the river and kiss my ass. But when it comes to
What did he say about you?
huh? No,
What did
Coach said don't act stupid. He dissed all of us, and you put it in the group chat. I've already seen it. I've heard what he said.
But I mean, what did he actually say about you?
I'm not gonna repeat it on here. I just got evidence saved. That's all I got to say.
Well, he said I was a sorry high school coach that got fired.
He probably said I was a wannabe rapper or something about my sunglasses or something. I don't know.
Who is that guy?
Who?
Is that a real person?
Frank the Tank?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's from Barstool. He's got 250,000 followers. Yeah, he's a real person.
So what's up with the skit? I mean, what was that all about?
He sent a message to you guys. He doesn't like totem pole. He never has. I think this is what, the third or fourth video he's made. And then in the latest video, he called out Antonio Brown. And on Twitter, let me see here. On Twitter, the message that he sent Antonio Brown, I think this morning it was like at 150,000 views.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's at 192,000 views. This is what he sent to Antonio Brown through us.
Oh, Antonio Brown. You know, you just have to contact my people. The invitation's still open for a walk. You know? Maybe I could help give a little boost to that CTESPN of yours. I mean, really, CTESPN? I know Vonta's perfect knocked you into Wallow Land there. I mean, I think you're still seeing birdies and stars. I mean, Vonta's perfect. What a son of a bitch that was. I mean, good God. He cared more about decapitating you than winning a playoff game. Pathetic loser. Total piece of shit. Dirtiest player ever. My God. You know, total moron. Totally.
That's got 192,000 views.
Well, look,
100.
if that's a real person, that made my weekend.
The Antonio Brown one?
No, just the one he sent us. Because if you're hating, that means you're on board.
You still think you're better than Barstool. Nobody even knows who Totem Pole Nation is. Totem Pole Nation? I mean, my God. There are middle schoolers who have podcasts more popular than you guys. I mean, Crisco Ball Paul, you're a mix between Steve Urkel and Gomer Pyle. You're an emphasis on Gomer Pyle.
He said
He,
that you're a mixture between Steve Urkel and Gomer Pyle.
look, he obviously he knows who I am, so that's
He's watching. Let's keep going with this thing. Hey, what is this?
I mean, my God. There are middle schoolers who have podcasts more popular than you guys. I mean, you're a mix between Steve Urkel and Gomer Pyle. But more emphasis on Gomer Pyle is this pile of shit. Lambo is still a goddamn moron idiot who doesn't know.
That's great.
Shinola doesn't.
I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
In the ground. You don't know who Rambo is. I mean, good God, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He said you don't know who Rambo is. Good gosh, what is wrong with you? He said you're still a effing moron.
Yo, he knows who we are, dude. Who cares?
Yes. All right, this is the last one right here.
You don't know who Rambo is. I mean, good God, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you're an idiot from South Carolina. I mean, my God, you have a banjo out there playing the dueling banjos? I mean, what? Total Nation, go get the fuck out of here.
What? Wow.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank from Barstool, who retweeted us, sent a message to Antonio Brown Did you listen to the Antonio Brown one?
Bro, he's more interested in us than I'm interested in him, dude.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, Antonio.
This is the one that's got 200,000 views.
Oh, Antonio Brown. You know, you just have to contact my people. The invitation's still open for a walk. You know? Maybe I could help give a little boost to that CTESPN of yours. I mean, really, CTESPN? I know Vonta's perfect knocked you into La La Land there. I mean, I think you're still seeing birdies and stars. I mean, Vonta's perfect. What a son of a bitch that was. I mean, good God. You cared more about decapitating you than winning a playoff game. Pathetic loser.
Is that true? That Vontez Burfict wanted to decapitate Antonio Brown more than winning a playoff game?
Probably because it's working. It's working. So you know how the Bengals are. The Bengals are, I know they had a lot of penalties that cost them games, but they were very physical. So I guess they had some animosity towards the Steelers and whatnot. And then, yeah, I guess it affected them now. And now Antonio Brown is crazy. So that's why Antonio Brown, I think, got banned from the Tom Brady Roast of Awards. I guess he was trying to hit up, Tom Brady's wife at the time before the divorce.
Well, this deal between CTESPN, which is Antonio Brown's organization, and Barstool, Dave Portnoy, and Frank the Tank works for them. We're the middlemen. Totem Pole Nation has been the intermediary between CTSPN and Barstool. And we may be the people that have woven the web between CTESPN and Barstool. Man, when Totem Pole started, we really had beef with Barstool. Do we still have beef, or are we staying neutral? Are we staying neutral in the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef? Are we staying neutral in the CTSPN and Barstool beef?
It's both. It's both. There's beef and it's somewhat neutral. Because we don't like Dave Portnoy. We don't like Dave Portnoy. His pizza reviews are dumb as shit, especially cheese pizza. I mean, he don't put no toppers on it, and then he thinks he plays for and he thinks he's so smart in that Barstool Bowl that you throw a Hail Mary on 3rd and 10. So no, Dave Portnoy is a dumb motherfucker. He don't understand football. It's just like having these kids at rec ball with these dumbass parents. Sometimes come with me talking about what play you should run. Well, you can kiss my ass if you're so damn smart, because you're not Nick Saban or Bill Belichick. If I'm gonna
Man,
ask for advice, I'll ask for advice from Nick Saban or Bill Belichick.
I like your energy today. I like the energy that you're putting on. Paul, can you understand Lambo's energy that he has right now? Do you ever feel like the way he is feeling?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I tell you, I feel that way. I feel that way passionately.
Wow.
Still answers, and it just bothers me. But then I just let it fade, because if I don't let it fade, it will never go away. So
What were you saying? 'Cause you broke up right there.
I said the recruiting process gives me that energy, but I have to let it fade, because I only can worry about things I can't control. Once I get myself back to grounded like that, then I'm okay. But it's a strange world to be living in.
Yes. And it's amazing. Yesterday, me and Crystal Ball Paul were on a phone call with baby Gronk's dad. And within the next 10 minutes, Barstool has put out a post about Baby Gronk's dad after Totem Pole had. Lambo, we've been doing this for over a year now. Is Barstool aware who's knocking on the door? And we're just not knocking knocking on the door. We're kicking it down.
Yeah, they better be aware because, Barstool, they got a bunch of frauds that work for Barstool because half of them don't know football like we do. I mean,
a bunch of
them
Drakes.
shows.
A bunch of Drakes.
Yeah, they're a bunch of wannabe, analysts. They're a bunch of wannabe, coaches and Dave Portnoy thinks he's smarter than all. Dave Portnoy is the dumbest motherfucker on American Earth. He thought Virginia State wasn't a school.
Ooh.
Virginia State isn't a school, everybody. That's what Dave Portnoy said. Virginia State isn't a school.
What's up, Derek? Crystal Ball Paul, were you aware of the one and only Baby Gronk before today? And were you surprised that you were on? He's gone. I was going to ask Crystal Ball Paul, was he?
Yeah.
Were you aware of Baby Gronk before yesterday? And were you surprised to be talking to Baby Gronk's dad, someone who knows the game and is making a lot of money off of the game? Were you surprised at all?
No. Yeah, I was surprised to talk to him. I was very surprised to talk to him. I'm not shocked at what he's doing or him being out there, but I mean, it's awful impressive what he's built with this moniker. I mean, it's gone viral like crazy, and it's a small thing that just turned, like, it was a small brush fire that turned into a forest fire. I mean,
so he touched people's nerves. I mean, he really has a way of, I mean, what is it that resonates with people about Baby Gronk? Is it the kids? Like he said, the kids love Baby Gronk, but the adults don't. I mean, has this ever worked out where it's like a Michael Jackson, it's a Tom Marino situation?
That's a great point. He jumped on the Gronk situation, correct? And then he used Gronk is a cult figure just in adult life and NFL football and what have you. So I'm going to create a baby of him. Of course, the kids are going to jump on it, but the adults hating it helps it out even more because they have to pay it. They have to look at it to not like it. You have to see something to not like something.
Woo!
And so they're the other half of his audience, the people that don't like it. But that builds the brand even bigger.
And what do you think about the opportunity that Totem Pole is going to have in covering Baby Gronk and Baby Gronk's dad when they go on their college visits this fall? I mean, is that a good partnership?
It's a wait and see. I mean, it's a sideshow. I mean, if people know that he's on there, people are going to be listening. And even, like I said, even their haters are going to be like, what are they coming up? What is he talking about? Or where is he at this week? And what is he talking about? He's so silly. But hey, you're helping him. Baby
M's
Gronk.
in my bank account. M's in my bank account.
Man, this world, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This world.
If it's not NIL, it's Baby Gronk. Oh my goodness.
I mean, this whole NIL deal. I mean, this was caused by Ed O'Bannon, who sued EA Sports for putting him in the video game and those kids. Because I remember a time on the college games, they didn't have the players' names.
No, they said their numbers.
But then they were like, just forget it. We're going to use the kids' names. And they forgot about any of that. And Ed O'Bannon went all the way to the Supreme Court. And it's kind of stupid that guys like Terrell Pryor, guys like Reggie Bush, guys like Johnny Manziel, that's who NIL is about. The people that can capitalize on their name, image, and likeness, like Baby Gronk. Baby Gronk is making money. In previous, like the kicker. There's a kicker in the UFL. What's his name, Lambo? The black kid from UCF.
Yes. Yeah.
They out of NCAA football.
Yes.
Because they had a YouTube channel. Like this, it's okay if the boosters give you the bag, but you can't get the bag on your own. Like, Lambo, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, you can't cheat these,
Mass
you can't
appeal.
cheat these guys. You can't cheat these guys. They want their money. I'm glad that NCAA football is coming back this summer because, you know, I'll be paying $100 for that pre-order game when it comes out. But, I mean, they're just saying, they do a similar situation. But just like certain rights, like it's not called FIFA anymore. It's called FC. So I think when it comes to recruiting and NIL money, that's not new. That's been happening for a long time ago. Even if you watch the documentary of Swamp Kings, with the Florida Gators and Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, that's been going on for a while. Tim Tebow probably didn't admit that he was getting paid, but we all know that Tim Tebow was getting paid. Come on now, like this stuff, this hiding the money stuff under the table, that stuff ain't nothing new. I mean, it's been going on for years. It's just now became public because of social media.
Social media, are people selling their soul for mass appeal? Now, you taught me about the spider.
Spider web.
The spider web. Spiders create a spider web, a network. Isn't that what Baby Gronk dad has done? And hasn't Baby Gronk got to the point of mass appeal where Will Compton is commenting on him? But what's the difference between Barstool and Frank the Tank and Will Compton and Bussin' with the Boys? All these, they're entertainers. It's sports entertainment. Crystal Ball Paul, how do you feel about all this? Have these guys sold their soul for mass appeal?
No, again, you hit the nail on the head. It's entertainment. They're trying to be entertainers, and they're trying to and they're trying to make a living off of being an entertainer. They're entrepreneurs, is all they are. You know, and with your spider web reference, they're just trying to get to the center of that web. I think Baby Gronk is there because Baby Gronk is an influencer. Everyone wants to know what Baby Gronk's doing. You know, I mean, there's people who don't want to know, but they're still interested. And when they hear, they're listening. They may not like it, but he's become a center of a spider web because everyone is, he's encapsulated everyone on TikTok and has got enough followers to say that. Not that he's made it, but he influences a ton of people.
Yeah, and his dad admits it.
Yes.
His dad admits what they're doing.
Yes.
Like this is entertainment, man.
Yeah.
His son likes baseball. His son's actual, but I guess they can't call him the baby Acuna or the baby, I don't know. It's not as cool as the Baby Gronk. I mean, Gronk spiked a shot glass last night at the Tom Brady roast. He's
Well,
Gronk.
yeah, and again, if Baby Gronk turns out to be a good athlete and a college recruited player, just imagine how big that's going to be. Then when you see him on TV at his games, they'll be showing highlights of his Baby Gronk days. It'll get out of control.
How is he able to use the name Baby Gronk? I mean, is the name not trademarked? Gronk? Because I mean, I guess it's baby. They had Baby Jordan.
Yeah, why would his name be trademarked? Like why like no one's ever used the moniker Baby Gronk. It's not like Texas A&M used the moniker 12th man and then the Seahawks ran and took it as well. You know,
But by using the,
he's the first Baby Gronk.
if we made the name Baby McDonald's, we're gonna be a Baby McDonald's. Like, would we not be profiting off someone else's name or a Baby McD's? Baby Gronk? I mean, I guess it would be stupid. Gronk would really look bad if he.
But that's just like the commercial. Have you seen the commercial with Caitlin Clark in it? But there's other girls named Caitlin Clark. I mean, there's a commercial and it's like I'm Caitlin Clark from State Farm, but she's Caitlin Clark, the basketball player.
Yeah,
they have the same name.
Yeah, they got the same name. There's more than one Gronk in the world. There's more than one Gronkowski.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm getting it. Mass appeal. Everybody is looking for mass appeal. Why? Is that just part of the human condition? Part of our psychology?
Yeah, I mean, I just look at my walk of life. Everybody wants to be accepted. You know, I mean, you're on this team called United States Army. But within that team, and again, we so aptly stated that the Army is a team of teams. Because on your little team, down to the, brigade, battalion, company, squad, platoon, and then the smallest one is a team, which is like 4 or 5 people. But you don't want you don't want to ever be the weak link of a team, and you want people to respect you and see your value and what you bring to the team. And that gives you appeal. That gives you mass appeal. When your peers and your boss recognize that you bring something to the party, it makes you feel good. You know, I mean, and it's part of being a human being. I mean, I don't care who you are, but you make a big play in a football game because you did exactly what you guys practiced and trained for. It makes you feel good, and it shows others that you're reliable, you're accountable, and that you can do what you guys set out to do as a team. As an individual, you played your part, and you were able to make the team and the whole, the sum of its parts bigger at that moment than you were previous to that moment. So, I mean, it's a feel good thing. It really is.
So, what do you think about Totem Pole Sports tonight? What time are y'all coming on? What's on your mind that people can be ready for on tonight's show?
Tonight's show is going to go off prior to sporting events that happening this evening on a Monday night. We'll recap what took place Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Probably talk as the first round has wrapped up in the NHL and the NBA. We'll go over that. Of course, that 365-day elephant in the room called football. We'll sprinkle some things on that. Probably hit some things about the draft and how teams are looking going into OTAs and And we're getting to the quarter pole of Major League Baseball. So we're starting to see who's who in the zoo. We're about at game 34, 35. So get ready to make some assessments there. And then, of course, speaking of quarter pole, we'll talk about the nose finish at the Derby, which was pretty interesting. That we've never had a race that close in 150 years, but it was really neat. And just some things that are going on in horse racing, i.e. The talk of there was too many horses on the track. There's talk there may not be any horses on the track at the Preakness because these horses now do not even go back to back to back anymore. They're just like, okay, I won the Derby. I'm taking a break. I'm tired. It's too close together. They're not running at Belmont. Because Belmont is being refurbished. So the race goes from being a mile and a half to a mile and a quarter down at Saratoga. So is it really a real Triple Crown? Those are the type of things we'll get into this evening.
Lambo, have you got anything else you want to say to the fans of Totem Pole before tonight's show, Totem Pole Sports?
Well, I am going to be the master of making the thumbnails. I think my thumbnails was great. So we're going to put our thumbnails on a whole new level of excellence so we can get so we can grow and get better. It's going to be a lot of sports to talk about tonight. You got the second round corner. NFL schedule, I think it's released on Wednesday. So we will have a lot of stuff to talk about today. So it'll be very interesting. NHL playoffs that Paul follows as well. The NHL playoffs with the Bruins always winning Game 7 in Toronto for the last couple of seasons. But it's a lot to talk about. And like Paul said, it's going to be more to talk about when football season comes around, when college, NFL, and possibly having some pregame shows before the game start. It's going to be a lot to talk about, a lot to keep up with. So everybody's got to be on their grind. That's all I got to say about that.
Think Meet Rejuvenate. Sideline Design. We love you. We're out of here.